One of the best shows that I've seen so far in the world of business has to be this new show called Shark Tank. Shark Tank is a very, very good show because it's a show that I think really can inspire young people who want to get into business to see how the world of business works. Basically, the reason why it's called Shark Tank because you're dealing with five brutally honest business players in the world of business that range from real estate to capital venture to clothing. And the way the game works is that you're a young entrepreneur who goes on the show and you have to pitch your idea to these five people. Now the way it works is that you talk about your business, which range from anything from candy to socks to internet companies to toys. I mean, anything that you think these people will buy into, you have to pitch it to them. And what it means by pitching to them, you have to present your product. You have to present how much you make in your capital, how much you did for the quarter, how well your business is growing, why do you need the money from them. And they always start off with how much they want. Some people say, well, we need $200,000 and in equity we'll give you 20%. What they're basically saying is that they're asking the sharks for a sum of money for an investment in their business, which means that they get a percentage of the company. Now, they'll listen to it, they'll look over your product, but they will ask harsh and honest questions like, who are your competitors? What did you do last quarter? Did you make enough money? Why aren't you in major retail business? Well, because some of them sell toys, so I'll ask questions like, why aren't you out there the way you should be? More importantly, they'll ask questions and then they'll make a decision whether they'll buy into your business or not. Now, what will turn them off usually is sometimes it's the product, sometimes it's your pitch, but I honestly believe what turns them down is how much you value your company. Sometimes I think that they're not stupid people. They're not just going to give up that kind of money and think that you're going to rob them because they'll take you to court and blah blah blah. But it's the idea that a show like that, you got to be careful when you go on there because people value their company more than what it's worth. Like, if you have a company that's worth like $500,000, they value their company in $1 million. Don't go in there being greedy. But at the same time, it's part of the problem that the entrepreneurs have when they go on the show is they basically give away their company. Like, I don't think you should do that neither. There are people who have been on that show that make the same offer, which is $200,000, but get like 95% of the company. And then what are you left with? You only left with, 5% of your company? But yet they have full control of it. That's the thing about this show that makes it fascinating is that I always love to see how far will they go to give away their business. And I'm sure, and you have the option to walk away from it. You don't have to accept it. You can walk away from it. They have made deals where people have negotiated buyouts. They have negotiated partnership with a fair exchange of equity as well as the amount that they're looking for. So, something, and what makes that show is not really the sharks, but the entrepreneurs. I always they're the ones that make it fascinating, because they go on a show with the most interesting of products, and I guess you get excited because you feel like, oh, are they going to be able to make money? Because the whole purpose is they want to further their business, so we kind of root them on and hope that, they know how to pitch their idea and make their idea work. It's a G-rated show, so it's not they don't have a lot of cursing. But this show should be on Nick Jr., Cartoon Network. It should be on every kids channel just to show kids that, it's not all about SpongeBob and it's not all about Max and Ruby. It shows you the world of business in a G-rated way. Like, I know we have shows like, Brain Surge, and, yeah, they're interesting and they challenge the child's mind, but we need to show young kids that, what, this is what the world of business is like when you come up with a cool idea. You have a cool idea, but this is how it works when you go into this rough business world. And if you want to get capital from these people, you show them how it's done. And I really think that this show should go on as long as it could, because it's a really entertaining show. So I say to myself, you know what? Definitely going to see where this show takes us. I hope that people check it out, because it's really a good show. And I hope that people understand that, what? Not all reality shows have to be negative and stereotype and people having sex and people fighting on TV. We can actually have an educational programming where you see young people trying to succeed and achieve the American dream, but have to understand how the world of business works, and it's a brutal world. And when you're trying to get venture and capital, sometimes it's not as easy as it looks. So this is something I think that young people can enjoy. They don't have to watch dumb shows like Jersey Shore, or watch stupid shows like I Want to Work for Diddy, or any dumb shit like that. Something educational for someone to watch, but yet at the same time you learn and have a great time watching it, and you're entertained. So check out the show. I think this is probably one of the top 10 greatest reality shows out so far, because there's nothing really educational. Yeah, there's some shows on reality, because I used to be a big reality TV junkie a while back, and then I kind of cut it down because it's like, everybody's just basically doing the same dumb shit. Everybody's just acting crazy, and kids are falling into this thinking that, what, I want to be like the Jersey Shore, I want to be like Diddy, or I want to be like Flavor Flav. All the negative stereotypes of people acting stupid. This is a show that actually educates people, because it shows people what it's like to be an entrepreneur, and what it's like to also don't fall back and not hold your dreams up. If you have a great idea, embrace it and see if anybody be interested to invest in it. So, great show. I think it definitely gets an A+, one of the more positive and educational shows to look at. So, for the most part, check it out. It's something worthwhile.